Perla here. Welcome to my channel, Imperfectly Perfect. So this channel is going to be about my life and how I consider myself to be perfect. Obviously imperfectly, but perfect. Anyways, oh, you like the view? This is my backyard. Anyways, let's make this quick because my fingers are freezing right now, and I've only been out here for like 2 or 3 minutes. Anyways, uh, about a little bit over 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with narcolepsy with cataplexy. So a little backstory. I'm a single mom. I have four beautiful children. I have a 13-year-old boy, 9-year-old boy, and identical twin girls that are 8. Out of my four kids, two of them have narcolepsy with cataplexy as well. Um, so basically, I just want to share our day to day, or most of our day to day struggles that we go through. The challenges that we face, like for instance, this morning, and I apologize in advance for the camera moving. This morning, Amelia asked me, that's one of my twins, that she wanted 2 little twisties. It took me 25 minutes to do 2 twisties. Like, are you kidding me? First of all, I grew up doing hair. I grew up with, I know it just, you can't see it now, but anyways, I grew up with a lot of hair and really, really long hair. So hair has always been a passion for me. I've always done hair, and it's always something that has come easy to me. So when I'm sitting there and I'm we doing a twisty for like 15 minutes, I start to get frustrated, and I just kind of have to take a second and take a deep breath and just be like, you know what, today is not such a good morning. So basically throughout this channel, throughout the different videos and clips and posts or whatever I decide to do, because it's still all working out in my head, I'm going to just be posting the my journey, when I first started to experience symptoms, when I was diagnosed, and how it affected my life since early childhood without knowing it, and how my brain just compensated in different ways, how those ways were not always accepted by other people, and I was always criticized and always judged on them. And throughout the years, that made me really self-conscious about, oh, I need to change this, even though I can't figure out why I'm like this. And the process of my kids being diagnosed, and who I honestly thought had narcolepsy and versus who actually has it. The main purpose, I guess, for this channel is for anyone out there that has an invisible disability, whether it be narcolepsy or anything else. Own who you are, regardless of how much you try to hide it, regardless of how much you try to please others, regardless of how much you try to let other people know that you're okay, and oh, I'm fine, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that. This is who you are. This is not, I shouldn't say who you are, this is part of who you are. And if you're going through it, it's because you can handle it. It's because you have something that can help somebody else. For a really, really, really long time, I fell into a huge depression, contemplating as to why me, crying out to God, like, why me? Why couldn't you give this to somebody else, somebody that has, a husband that is there, a huge support system that can handle it, somebody that doesn't need to work financially, and you know what? It's me, because throughout everything, like in the midst of it all, I've never given up. I keep fighting, I keep pushing, I keep finding alternative ways to do things. I keep, I read a lot, like a lot. So I will be talking about a lot of the things that I read. It's just, this is the life that I was meant to live. And if, not that I doubt that God can take it away, but if he ever chooses to, it's going to be when he chooses to. And maybe I'm not meant to get rid of it. Maybe I'm not meant to find a medication that works. Maybe I'm meant to continue on having reactions to every single thing that they give me, because I am meant to help others get through their rough patches. And I finally accepted it, and I'm just like, you know what? this is it. So let's make the best of it. I'm gonna have my not so good days, my bad days, and my horrible days. Like, just want to be under my covers the entire day, which I really don't get to do. There's 4 kids and a dog. So, anyways, and basically to try and give people in general an insight as to what we go through on a day to day. Sometimes people ask you like, oh, how are you doing, how are you feeling, and when you say you're tired, you can see the little smirk in your face or the little eye rolling or whatever. Yeah, I'm tired. But when I say I'm tired is not the same as when you're tired. So studies have shown that in order for a quote quote normal person, which there's no such thing, so we're just going to say a person without narcolepsy, to feel as tired as somebody with narcolepsy, you would have to go 48 hours, no sleep, no stimulants, no caffeine, nothing that is going to keep you awake. And that is our like baseline. So when I say I'm okay, that's how tired I am. So anybody that's like in the medical field, or anybody that has ever worked like in a job that require that's open like 24 hours or whatever, and let's say you work, I used to work overnights years ago, in an assisted living. So I would work 11 to 7, and sometimes I had to work like a 7 to 3, or sometimes I would have to stay till like 11 or noon or whatever because the next person couldn't come in, whatever the reason was. So imagine working 16, 17 hours straight and getting home and having to be back at work in like 2 or 3 hours. So you know that as much as you try to fall asleep, you're not going to fall asleep. And even if you manage to fall asleep, when you wake up, your brain is kind of like foggy, and you're just kind of like, yo, where the heck am I? Like, what's going on? What day is it? Blah, blah, blah. Well, that's basically us in every day of our life. On a good day, anyways. Not everybody experience the symptoms in the same way. There are many people that have been able to manage their narcolepsy with, sleep patterns and herbs and oils and teas and, natural things. There are people that burn throughout the day until they crash. Then there are people that conventional, like regular medications that are normally used, like the stimulants and the Xyrem, and some people use, like two of my kids are on muscle relaxers because they had a reaction to Xyrem as I did. They are not taking any stimulants at the moment. We're going to keep it like that for a while. But we do work on naps, and the school is very involved with their condition, and they know that if they miss school because medications are being changed or this or that, in that aspect I have a huge support system when it comes to the schools. Myself, on the other hand, have had reactions to basically everything out there. And my reactions usually occur within the first 24, 48 hours, and it's either like a full-blown allergic reaction or a psychotic reaction. And I'm not ashamed to say, like, I've had my little psychotic breaks here and there. A lot of the time, my recent job, my employer, like the employees there and stuff like that, supervisors would notice little subtle things about me and would ask me, like, did you take any meds? And they still are a huge support system because I still talk to a lot of them. But it's just basically just gonna share my story, and if you want to watch, you watch. If you don't, you don't. Hey, I'm just here to share what I'm going through. If there's anybody that's going, which I know there's a ton of people going through what I'm going through, just, whenever you're feeling down or whatever, just come and look at me. So much of a horrible day I'm having, maybe it makes you feel a little better. And those of you that have family members that have, a condition that is not noticeable to everybody else, but affects them in every single way, as far as, like, I'm affected in every way: grocery shopping, talking on the phone, typing, writing, driving. Oh God, let's not even get there because I love driving. But I just hope that I'm gonna be kind of like all over the place because narcolepsy has taken me to a lot of different things. I've gotten a lot into like essential oils and herbs and home remedies, and I do a lot of hair products, like natural hair products, because that was another thing. I started having reactions to lotions and soaps and shampoo and conditioner and everything and anything. And I'm talking about, like, we are doing the the allergy free stuff. Sorry. We are doing, things, we switched all of our foods to like as organic, because nothing is really organic anymore, anyways, as we could. And I was still having reactions. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And, I'll be posting little videos and clips of, like, the hair products that I use on my kids that I make myself. And, ingredients that you can just get like at a regular supermarket. And, yeah, it's a little time consuming, but at the end of the day, you're not adding all that extra chemical and crap to your body. I have a few recipes of like different foods and teas and stuff that I make. We've gotten a lot. Oh, I'm away a lot from, like, Tylenol, Zyrtec, and a lot of things that we used to have. So I really do hope that you guys enjoy my channel, and I hope that even if I just reach one person, either one person that gets a better understanding of what we go through, or one person that is just like, you know what, this is what it is, let's just move forward, then I'll be happy. Truth. Life is too short to worry about what other people are thinking about you. Life is too short to try and please everyone. And when God, the universe, puts you in a position that you never thought you would be in, financially, spiritually, physically, and emotionally, in every single way, you realize that the people that you thought were there for you really aren't. The people that are supposed to have your back, and, yeah, some of them are family members, some of them are not. But the people that you genuinely thought that whenever you went through something were going to be there for you are not going to be there for you. You learn that you have to watch what you say to certain people, because things can be used against you. Just, I didn't want to start crying, because I do. I'm a sob story. I cry a lot. Not on purpose. It just, I get so emotional when I start talking about it, because it's, to the longest time, it was just frustrating. Like, I would get angry and like, what the fuck? Oh, shouldn't be cursing. Anyways, what the F? But now it's just sad, because as human beings, we're failing one another. We use everyone's weakness to our own advantage. We, instead of helping each other up, we're tearing each other down. So if you do find, ooh, Buster. yes. Okay, relax. Okay, now I'm gonna have to get up. I'm gonna be kissing you. So if you do find the very few rare people that are gonna stand by you and are gonna push you to be better, but not in a condescending or tearing apart way, but accepting you for who you truly are, flaws and all, then hold on to those people, because then those are the people that are meant to be in your life. And everyone else, just, take a deep breath, regardless of who they are, regardless of how long you've known them, regardless of anything, let it go. Because if they're not serving you, then they shouldn't be in your life. And when I say serving, I'm not talking about somebody that is, going grocery shopping for me or taking me to appointments. No, I'm talking about serving me in a spiritual, emotional way. Like, somebody that I can have a conversation about my ideas, my, how I want to do this, how I want to do that, versus, oh my God, did you see what she was wearing? Like, she really shouldn't be wearing that. Like, what was she thinking? That's what I'm talking about. The more you associate yourself with negativity, with how we call it in Spanish, bochinche, la chimosas, the more you're going to be stuck in that, and the longer it's going to take you to get to the point in your life where you accept who you are. Because while you're stuck in all that negativity, subconsciously you are thinking about, you're behaving in a way that you're subconsciously thinking about what other people are thinking about you, and you're worried about, oh my god, what are they going to say if I do this? Oh my god, what are they going to say if they do that? And I was stuck there for so long because, like I said, I wanted to start this channel shortly after being diagnosed, not to teach anybody or not to show anybody, but more to get help, to see if they're, to kind of connect with other people that were going through what I was going through. Facebook has a huge support system, and it's awesome, but it's also private, so you have to be accepted into it. So I just kind of want to give everyone that is willing to learn what my experience has been, what my experience as a mother with it and kids that have it has been, my kids' experiences. Sometimes I have to carry, you know 60, 70 pound kids into the shower when I can barely get myself up, but just to wake her up enough to get to the bus stop, because you going to school today. um so I really do hope that you guys enjoy this crazy moving, like literally moving the phone so much, um, video, and I hope you guys come back to see what else I have to say. A few days ago, this is like the last thing I'm going to say. I want to leave a little message. A few days ago, I saw a friend who had posted, she wasn't having such a good day. Not exactly sure what's going on. And, that's the thing about friends. When you find real friends, you connect with them in a different way, that they don't have to tell you everything. But by a simple sentence, by 3 words or 4 words, you know that they need to hear something. You're not exactly sure what's going on, but you just have to say something. And what I texted her was, um, whenever you feel that the world around you is falling apart, breathe. So literally just remember your current situation. It's just a reminder of how strong you are, and it's just preparing you for where you're going, preparing you for your future. It's, uh, there's no final destination in life. Everything is a process. Everything is an experience. Failure is really not, to me, is non-existent. They're just lessons learned. Sometimes we have to learn the same lesson 4 or 5, 6 times because we want to try it from 10 or 20 different angles to see if we can finally get it right. And so we're just like, okay, nah, that needs to stay over there because I've tried it like 100 different ways and it's still not working. So, I mean, that's just life, and we just have to accept it and go forth with everything. Well, thank you for watching. And here is to narcolepsy awareness, and let's reach as many people as we can. Say bye bye.